And so what I do ultimately as a therapist, I help people develop the self-awareness they need to manage their lives more efficiently. I started a nonprofit back in 2012 to help people, youth ages 12 to 18, develop social and emotional intelligence, which is one of the significant components that's lacking in many of these communities. You have a lot of these kids that are raised in low-income environments that um, have a nothing to lose mentality, which makes them more likely to just do things that put them in the predicament of either going to the cemetery early or to prison. And it also puts everybody else's life in danger, especially officers who have to respond to that stuff. And a lot of times, these behaviors are misunderstood. Officers, at times, while they're in survival mode, are also feeling misunderstood because they want to do a good job, but whatever that issue is that they may feel they cannot disclose because of the concern that, hey, if it gets back to management, I'm going to be fired, I'm going to lose my job, my livelihood, my identity. All these things sort of kind of create that that imprisonment where they make it to retirement on E, on empty, because that emotion, that social emotional piece, has not been fully vetted or healed, I should say. That injury, that emotional injury, hasn't been healed. And yes, the job can definitely exacerbate some things because of the unpredictability associated with patrol, with managing inmates, and just even working with coworkers. Sometimes there's the environment that you're not good enough, and whatever it may be. People have these ideologies, but one of the things I've learned is that many people struggle with change only because they have a hard time letting go of whoever they think they are, and that ego that's created by the badge and the uniform. Now, programming and social media and all this other stuff doesn't really help, but it puts us all on guard, and everybody's on hypervigilant state. And when you stay in that mode for way too long, it can definitely create some complications on your health. So to the pastor's point, the chaplain's point, it's got to be a holistic approach. It can't just be education. It's got to be spiritual. It's got to be diet. It's got to be exercise. It's got to be community. It's got to be a multifaceted approach to help officers feel comfortable with getting the help that they need. I got to this point as becoming a therapist because I made a poor decision in not managing my own mental health. And as a result of that experience, being indicted, sitting in a jail cell for several hours, I got my aha moment that, it's a long story, but I wrote a book. I ended up writing a book about it. I ended up developing programs around trying to support police officers who may be suffering in silence the way that I did. And this is ultimately why I do what I'm doing. I'm really thrilled at this opportunity because I wish it was available when I was in the profession. I'd probably still be working in law enforcement if I had access to such opportunities.